Hey there kids, I'm Mr. Worldwide. Welcome to the Climate Club. Today we'll be learning all about biodiversity.
Biodiversity. It sounds like a complicated word, but if we break it into two, bio, like biology or life, and diversity, meaning variation, all we're looking at is the variation of life that we find in a given area. So all the different species of plants, fungi, insect, wildlife, even humans. Ecosystems include ponds like this one, and rivers, all the way up to lakes and oceans. Woodlands? Whoa! Deserts, even cities. Each living thing within an ecosystem relies on something else within it. This may be for food, shelter, home sweet home, or for another action or service that it provides. For example, bees need the pollen in flowers for their food. And at the same time, the flowers need the bees to take their pollen to another flower to create more flowers. So they both need each other to live. Also, other animals like birds and deer need the flowers and the bees for their food, and so on all the way up the food chain. And if one of those things disappears, then the ecosystem could collapse. So the more different species there are in an ecosystem, the stronger it is and more resistant to change. Sadly, in today's world, a lot of these ecosystems are under threat from deforestation, pollution, construction, and climate change. All of this leads to a lot of extra pressure on the natural world, which means that we need to do all that we can to encourage biodiversity and ultimately improve the health of the planet. Let's take a look at what some other people are doing and how we can play our part. I'm at Lattersea Nature Reserve in Whittlesea. The site is managed by the Wildlife Trust, who do lots of amazing work to look after all the plant and wildlife species that call this site their home. I'm here with Jules, who's going to tell us a little bit more about some of the awesome work they do to look after the site. Hi Jules.
Hi.
So, could you tell us what's so special about this particular site and what some of your favourite parts are?
Yes, so the special thing about this site is there's such a wide range of different habitats here. We've got the wetland habitats, so the reed bed, the fen meadow, the open water, and then we've got some grassland habitats, and then we've got the scrub and the taller trees as well. So all of this together provide loads of different habitat for loads of different wildlife, which is great.
Great, and what exciting species can we find here?
So we've got some bigger mammals, so the muntjac, badgers as well, lots of different bird species from finches to robins to wrens. Also you can sometimes see red kites or buzzards flying about. And then in the summer you've got butterflies, lots of butterflies, dragonflies, loads of insects. There's just a lot of things to see.
And how are sites like Lattersea important when it comes to helping protect the planet against climate change?
So the fact that there's lots of different habitats means a lot of different species can live here, and it's just about building that resilience. So if one thing sort of declines, other things won't. And so if we had just the one same habitat, not everything would survive in that. So having that different range of habitats is really important for all different wildlife to survive.
And can you tell us about some of the jobs that need doing around the site to keep it healthy and full of life?
So we've got lots of things here. The boardwalk, which we're standing on, that requires quite a lot of maintenance. So our team, along with volunteers, are here fixing boards. In the winter, we do some coppicing of the willow. So that's just cutting the trees and then letting them come back and grow again. And also in the summer, we cut all the grassland areas. As the site's quite small, we have to do it all by hand. So there's lots to do here.
And is there anything the local community can do to help here to keep it healthy? And how can people get involved?
Yes, there's lots they can do. When they're visiting the site, if they've got dogs, keep them either on the lead or under close control. That way the dogs won't disturb any of the wildlife that's sort of hiding. Also, if you've got any litter, make sure you take it home with you and put it in the bin. We're also always on the lookout for volunteers, anyone from any age. There's also youth rangers where younger kids can come and help us out as well. I would suggest just looking on your local Wildlife Trust website, because there's plenty of stuff there on how people can get involved.
Great. Thanks, Jules.
Thank you.
And now, over to you. Next time you're in a park or local green space, why don't you try counting all the different species that you can see? Alright, until next time, see ya!